Just a quick question to Patrice. At the end, Patrice, on my eyes are dropping, so I can't quite see Patrice.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. You mentioned that you knew of initiatives for the Great Barrier Reef that are innovative initiatives that are making a difference, or are you looking for other innovative initiatives that can make a difference? Could you summarise both of those, what's happening that's innovative and what you'd like to see that's innovative? Using your imagination, of course.
Using my imagination, right? There's been innovation in this region for a long time with tourism and a whole bunch of things, and attracting, otherwise we wouldn't have this as a destination to go, a world destination to go to. You need to be one of these kids over here have much better idea on what they would imagine could happen in the future. But I think the important thing is that we need to appreciate being very different to what we've had today. We need to be, the stories that Steve has told us about a whole bunch of things with automation and the connectivity of the rest of the world is that we somehow need to, we don't need to, but there's an opportunity to bring our values and the world that we live in and value back into the experience of, there's only one idea, back in the experience of people. I remember going to China once and I met a guy that was, he was in his 50s and it was in southern part of China, and he came up to me and he had this picture book and he said, do you see blue sky in Australia? And I said, yeah, we see blue sky. And he said, green trees? I said, yeah, we see green trees. And he said, I have never in my life, and he had it translated there, I have never in my life seen blue sky and I've never seen a green tree. And as Queenslanders, if we don't see that blue sky or green tree any one day or a week, it can be pretty depressing. So it's those sort of things that hit you in your face and you think, we've got so many things here that we just take for granted if we're able to share that experience somehow. You need these smart guys like Steve and these programmers or the kids that, with their minds on how we connect with that. And maybe, and that's something else too, sometimes the experiences that we bring, if we brought a whole bunch of people over here, well maybe it's too many people and might impact on the values that we've got. You wouldn't want to have something like when you're in Bangkok and you go to the river and you've got to cover your mouth. We don't want a world like that. We've looked after this country really well, and the traditional owners, God bless them, have looked after this country for 50,000 years plus, and we really need to appreciate that and keep those values as best we can. So the imagination, I think there's just so many things out there that could happen, and that's just a couple of ideas that I thought of.
To be really successful, you've almost got to leave Australia. But it's the number of people I've worked with who have taken off to be successful, and it's such a struggle here sometimes. And getting on a plane over to San Francisco sometimes is the obvious answer. I don't want to do that, but I keep on hearing that story that struggled 3-4 years, landed in the States 6 months later, funded and on their way.
I've never heard that. And I'll tell you what, actually it's a story that annoys me. It's actually, I think it's an urban fairy tale. So I have a lot of people pitch me, and we take our investment business pretty seriously, I hope. Sorry, I'll talk in one. We take our investment business pretty seriously. So when we say no to someone, when we say yes to someone, we obviously sign a shareholders agreement, we do a whole bunch of things. We also do a lot of surveillance through ASIC, through VEDA, through all the credit checking agencies, and we work them. We do the same thing for the businesses we say no to. I want to know if my decision making is accurate. Maybe I should get him to write the algorithm. And I mean, sometimes the ones that stick to my head, the ones that sort of say, typically a lot of times I reject investment because the valuations on these young companies are just stupid. We had this conversation on one day. This guy has no revenue and barely a clue what a value company $20 million. And it's just like, well, no. And literally, they don't mean say, that's it, I'm going to San Francisco, I'm going to raise money where the streets are paved with gold. Never happened. The guys have gone over there, they've pivoted and raised money, they've gone to different businesses and done that. So at this point in time, they failed to raise money in Australia. So what people don't realise is when you're actually raising money, you're actually selling something. You're not being given something, it's not giving you something. You are selling equity in your business in return for cash. That's a sales process, right? And guess what? If the customer doesn't want to buy it, they're not wrong. Your product sucks. right? These guys go over there to where the streets are paved with gold and try and sell their product, their equity in their company, and they still don't manage to sell it. So I've never had an instance yet where I've failed to fund someone here, they've gone over there and been successful. But people have, usually in different companies, and with amazingly different and changed businesses, they pivoted massively. So I call BS on that comment.
I'll add, just for us, we were funded by Australians, we were staffed by Australians, it was built in Australia, we sold it to the Yanks.
And I think this entire sector's full of fun. Here I say, there's kids in the room, BS, it's full of BS. Please just research the stories you can hear so much. There's some guy in the pub said raising the money is difficult, you should go to America, therefore every Australian investor sucks. And for the most part, it's not true. There is nuances to all those comments made. You have to understand the filter. When someone gives you an opinion, they're actually not wrong, but you've got to put it through the filter of their perspective, right? So please don't just openly accept statements. Look into them, understand the bias of the person delivering the opinion. That goes for all life, let alone business. And you'll probably find that, well, okay, there's something, 1% is true, the rest you can throw away.
Question to Steve Baxter, big fan of Shark Tank. If Lucas came on with his concept, how would he have gone?
All right, I love this question. I actually touched on this with all the school kids in Rocky, or what I was. This guy didn't bring his laundry today. This guy has the most amazing presentation technique. He's 22 years old. We're at this breakfast meeting in Rocky, and there was 1/4 school kids, maybe, I want to say. And they're all school kids, they're a bit nervous, but they're talking to you. This is the most confident bloke to come across. He's only 5 years older than them. So if he came in and did his dog and pony show like he's done in the last 3 days, I actually don't like social enterprises, but I reckon I would have given this one a second thought. Lucas is a rare bird, he really is. So don't know. At least what they mean to him.
Just a question for Steve. According to Google and IBM and the like, there's forthcoming the fourth industrial revolution. And the Internet of Things and artificial intelligence is said to be the two underpinning technologies.
What was the first one?
The Internet of Things.
Yes.
Yeah, and AI. Yeah, you've talked a lot about AI. So the question is about the Internet of Things. The reason I'm asking because at JSU Cairns, we just had the country's first Internet of Things engineering degree. So I wonder, what advice you would give to the first generation of IoT engineers in this country that is being educated here at JSU Cairns. What would you say to them? Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't really followed that space. I know it's a thing. One of my friends is working in it. I kind of fell in love with robotics for a bit, and then I realised that the robotics bit I wasn't that interested in. It was the software, not the hardware. I totally get that I just don't understand the business of it. As in, I get there's going to be sensors. I know they're going to be mesh networks. I understand. I think that's just going to be like the same people who own wirelesses and antennas, and it just feels like it's going to be owned by big corporates at some point. Yeah, that's right. I don't see how startups can. There'll be 1 or 2 winners, but it's not like when the App Store launched for the phone. Like that was going on in every industry. You know what I mean? I think it's a good business. I was like to tell my friend Dale that. He's been asking me to help. Yeah, man, keep going. Yeah, but it's not like, to me, it's a level on top of what's happening. Like when the web blew up, suddenly there was stuff for cats and there was stuff for people doing face stuff, and then when there was social for everything. And there's now going to be, if you can teach.
More exciting.
Say about the time I'm in Paul Feeding.
IoT to me, computers are cheap. I mean, this is a very cheap computer. It's nothing more than an excuse to send you a bill every month. Right? That's what that is. I actually saw a platform, at a package this big, strapped to the bottom of a drone, and it had a teraform processing unit. Mind you, half of it was heat sink, mind you. So computers are easy, and then probably to your software and platform comment, I think the game is the sensors. The sensors are tough. So right now you can measure temperature, right? It's hot, who cares? You can measure maybe humidity, maybe moisture. It's the sensors. What can you actually tell? That's going to be important. And I think the game is actually in the sensors. But to his point, I think it's going to be commodity, and you're going to be screwed. It's a software and a platform where the real game is going to be.
But I would add to that, I know nothing.
You talk about the gold rush with AI. Do you think the state of our NBN can negatively impact that, or?
Sorry, I know nothing about the NBN. The gentleman here has very strong opinions. We've been waiting for that question.
What are your thoughts on the NBN, and I guess I raced with it, is it slowing us down?
I'm a huge fan of exceptionally fast, low-cost broadband. The NBN is not exceptionally fast nor low-cost. And I have an exceptionally large article that no paper would publish on my LinkedIn account, LinkedIn Steve Bax. You'll find my NBN article. It's called If Innovation Really Counts. The first 3 quarters is basically, this is how fucking networks work. I'm sorry for parents here, but you don't get a say in this debate unless you understand it, right? I don't give Greg Norman advice on golf because I'm terrible at golf. Unless you know network, you don't give me advice on networks. It's actually that simple, right? Go read it, it's a good primer, right? Understand the actual concepts, and then we can have an informed debate, as opposed to an irrational debate, which has got us where we are right now, for spending $65 billion, and it costs more to use and will be slower. Dreadful. Some non-NBN question would be fantastic.
What's your advice for 12 to 13-year-old kids about entrepreneurs?
But mainly, I don't know, get out, it's my same advice to everybody. Get out there and do it. Obviously, you've probably got some parental issues. You've probably got the fact that you can't sign legal documents and other bits and pieces. There are an amazing number of programs out there right now for younger entrepreneurs. I believe some of us are going to Cairns West tomorrow to keep entrepreneurs, is that right?
Me?
Yeah, so there's an amazing number of programs. But the best part of the last 5 years is there's been a real change in how you actually conduct a business. No longer is it a 36-page business plan that you send to a bank manager and he still says no to your debt. Now you can do something called a lean startup. But there's so much online available for you to try a program quickly, understand if it works or not. Now, Troy, you must do a startup weekend, Troy, is that right?
Yep.
When's your next startup weekend?
We're due for one in May.
Right, so sometime later in the year, May, June-ish, there's going to be a startup weekend. It starts on a Friday night, ends on a Sunday afternoon. In 54 hours, you get probably 2/3 of the experience to starting your own business. The Space Cans, what's your web address?
www.thespacecans.com.
www.thespacecans.com. Startup weekend, I thoroughly recommend it. They are awesome. I've done over 30 of them, and I love going to them. So
Next one's actually on the Tablelands in May. Jess, what's the date?
14.
Oh, May 14th, Tablelands. So there's lots of them.
Steve will be there.
Is there any fishing on the Tablelands?
Steve was at the first one actually. Yeah, you were Kingo.
Actually, usually I Skyped in, but I was also actually, there was a huge rainstorm in Brisbane, and I was actually stranded. Actually, there was 2 roads flooded, and literally the car I was driving in was actually flooded up past the door, and I was sitting in a flooded car. But the 3G network still worked, and I spoke in.
I just, to follow on from that question to become an entrepreneur, I mean, I sort of listen to these guys' stories and things like, I did computer programming a long time ago, maybe I should have stuck with it. But the thing is, that's not everyone's thing. Not everyone has got brains that are technically wired like these guys. The thing is to have, I suppose, if you see an opportunity in that space, to be mates with someone who's like that, so you can work together with some cool idea. But I think, to be an entrepreneur when you're young, it can be just, and you hear so many stories of people that are successful financially later on when they started, some people mow lawns, some people write stories, some people, well, you're selling something. And in the Telstra Businesswomen's Awards, one of the things that was most, encouraging was the young women that were there that won prizes, won awards and were recognised. I mean, some of these women were 19 years old, 21 years old, and they'd been going at it since maybe they were 15 or 14, and some of them had 6 businesses, some were exporting overseas, one had her own makeup line, another one had, they were just very confident because they started at a very young age. And on the other end of the scale, all the other people like me, I'm getting older, there's a lady there too who I'd met, and she is 78 years old. She's in Cambodia. She went over when she was 68 with her husband on a holiday, and they saw people there who had been damaged by landmines and a whole heap of things, and really felt sorry for those people. And her husband died, and then when she was about 70, she moved over there and started this business. And this business now, it's canning and drying fruit, and it's just employing the people, the disabled people there, and they're part of her business. Now it's a very, very successful business financially, and they're exporting and they're employing other people, and all the people in the community are sharing the money. And the thing is with that one, when I'm talking to her, she's talking about what she's going to do with her 20-year business plan. I'm in my mid-50s and I'm thinking, I'm just winding back and things. She said, no, don't do that. She says, now we know all the stuff, let's get going. And she was serious. And so inspiration, doesn't matter what age you are, if you've got the passion and the desire in your belly, you've got some ideas, and if you haven't got the ideas yourself, just hang around with a few other people that want to have a go. Really, really exciting, whatever age you are.
I'll just add one little thing on there. Another really wise Steve, and I'm lucky enough to sit next to 2 of them up here, but Steve Jobs talks about you can only connect the dots looking backwards, you can't connect the dots looking forward. So you never know those tiny little seeds that are sown at an early age. Me, when I was 14, out on the streets, cooking a barbie and having a chat to people who are doing it tough, or spending some time overseas and seeing the breadth of this massive problem, or studying 3.5 years of engineering and figuring out different ways to work through problems in a systematic way. Looking back now, all those things start to line up, but you don't know that until you get there, so just jump in, connect, find as many dots as you can, and then you'll be able to connect them.
Thanks for the question, that was fantastic. The one thing you learn from him is how to be confident. I've been, since 1996, I've been going to Silicon Valley every year. We used to go to a conference in November every year. Every 4 years in November there was a US election, so I've seen all the US elections and all that crazy stuff that goes on. But the one thing that struck me was American entrepreneurs have no lack of confidence. It's like, oh, we want to pitch. I mean, it's the most stark thing. We're as good as them, but we just don't get up there and prove it, I suppose. So, confidence. And if I can talk to parents and sort of say, okay, so if you want to encourage your kids to be entrepreneurs, here's the awkward conversation. Yeah, it's okay not to go to university. No, it's okay. No, don't worry about finishing school, just go and do your business. That's a crazy conversation. Right, it's a confronting conversation. But do you actually think that, if your child is wired to be the next Steve Jobs, I'll take Steve Phillips any day, let alone Steve Jobs. If your kid's wired that way, you've got to think long and hard how you're going to approach that conversation. Do you dull that by saying, no, go to university and become a doctor? And this is a personal conversation. I'm just sort of saying, I'm raising this as a fantastic chap in Brisbane, another Stephen, now I think about it, he's at Scotland. Stephen Tate from the CCIQ, fantastic. He said, if you believe this, you've got to have the conversation with your kids by saying, yeah, education, don't worry about it. Just give it a crack. We're in such a lucky country you can do that. We're in an amazing welfare safety net. You can't fall that far, to be quite honest. Well, obviously you can because workers deal with those sort of people. But we have an amazing safety net that sort of says we are going to catch most people who actually might really trip. So we've got some license to give it a crack. So we've got to take advantage of that, because otherwise we're going to be evo automation, and we're going to be taking solutions from the rest of the world, because they're coming after us. And for as much as we hate that, guess what? If it's cheaper, we're going to buy it. And that's the reality.
Hey, you should, if you're not doing Scratch, you should learn Python. Once you learn Python, you should start writing games. And if you like games, you should play them. You should tell your parents about your playing. And they should play them. If you are a parent who doesn't let your child use an iPad, I reckon that's child abuse. You tell your parents. Tell them Steve instead of child.
Right now, actually, we have been learning how to code through Xcode.
Well, pardon me. Well done. You're beyond where I thought you were. Yeah, look at these kids. They're on Xcode. All those people who are wondering where I can find a developer, you've got to start going to schools. So Xcode's a language that you write iOS apps in, which is, it's not for beginners. So well done, gentlemen.